Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph and this is Expeditions Rome. We finally captured Corwinius, however you pronounce his name. Now we're going to go talk to him at his villa to see if we can find out where Lurco is hiding. So we can end this. We saved our sister last time. Oh, the next day. She's kind of looking around, seeing if there's anybody we can chat with in the house. Okay, so Dianeria. I don't see Yulia anywhere. Or Bestia either.
Corwinius is inside.
Do you think he's ready to talk?
His attitude has become quite a bit more cooperative overnight. He will talk if he survives, meaning if we can restrain Bestia.
He was quite fond of Cineros, as were we all.
We all have different ways of dealing with grief. I've sent him away. He's probably drowning his sorrows in wine now.
Any word from Lurco?
The consul has announced that he wants to question this criminal himself, so I expect him to send some of his lictors our way. We are prepared for them.
An attack is most probable. Stay alert.
Always.
Let's go in. I'm not sure we can make him talk, but at least Kalida speaks his language.
She was supposed to be here. I don't know what she's doing.
Don't really want to send Queso away, but I'm also worried about Kalida. Don't worry, she'll probably arrive soon.
She knows what she's doing.
Everything is silent.
It's too quiet. I don't like it.
He whimpers like a wounded dog. But silence is in the air.
Is that fresh blood on him? What happened?
He tried to lick me.
Ugh. I'm glad you didn't kill him.
There are much better reasons to kill him. We did not kill him for those. So why for a small thing like this?
Do you think they'll try to save him?
He is not worth saving.
What makes you say that?
He is caught.
Do you think he deserves to die?
He is evil. Does not matter if he dies. He deserves eternal torment.
I will talk to him now.
Fine.
Well, here we go again. You want to try your hand at torturing me as well?
That is not my intention. I just want to ask you some questions.
And if I don't want to answer?
That's all right. I don't need you that much.
Then why am I alive? Ask then. Let's get this over with.
How long have you been working for Lurco?
For too long. He hired me back when he assumed control of Weeksy.
Were you working for Felix Hadrianius back then?
Of course not. Weeksy existed in one form or another for hundreds of years. Felix is only the latest of its commanders. I'm no fanatic, though. He merely hired me as a contingency.
I get the impression you are not the most loyal of Lurco's servants.
I am loyal to my contract. Besides, all of his loyal guards are dead, thanks to you. If I have to choose between loyalty and death, I don't have to ponder my options for long.
Would you work for me if I pay you more than Lurco?
It's not just money. Lurco is a very intelligent man, and I respect that. He plans ahead, and he rarely leaves things to chance.
Did he plan for us to secure evidence of all of his crimes?
It is the first serious misstep I have ever seen him make. You have got him powerfully rattled. That's why he will never face you in the Senate. That's why he sent me to assassinate you at last.
You tried to kill me.
Not out of any personal animosity. With Marcellus and his useless brutes gone, it was up to me to finish the job.
Killing me wasn't enough? Did you really have to wipe out my family?
That wasn't me. He hired someone else for that. My job was simply to get rid of you. The consul obviously hoped you'd get yourself killed in Gallia. I guess this was his contingency plan. You of all people should know that warfare is about positioning. Once you can cover any possible move your foe might make, victory is a natural outcome. Merely by trying to win from such a position, your enemy defeats himself.
I do know a thing or two about warfare, and this time Lurco is out of moves.
I would not bet on that. Look, I'm getting bored of this. We both know you're not going to kill me, and I've told you all I know. Frankly, none of this is any use to you. For all I know, me getting caught is part of Lurco's plan. So, hand me over to the authorities and let me face charges.
Not yet. Not until Lurco faces judgment himself.
It will never come to that.
Queso, Dineria, lock him up in the wine cellar, then meet me at the Regia.
He will not be going anywhere. I will make sure of it.
Keep your wits about you out there, my friend.
I would not want to make Dineria upset. She is a brutal woman. All right, let's head to the Regia. Alrighty. Now let's hope he didn't attack that while we were elsewise delayed.
Did he talk?
I think he's still hiding something, but at least he's out of the picture now.
That is comforting. I'm glad we have him.
What do we do now?
If the Senate is still in doubt when the trial resumes, this will settle it. By attacking my family, Lurco has implicated himself.
This is so unlike him. Usually he has a plan. I wonder if the whole Corvinus business was a distraction. Distraction from what?
Corvinus would be a good witness if we need him. He must know a lot about Lurco's schemes.
That could be a benefit of all this, but if you couldn't make him talk...
His presence alone ought to unnerve the consul.
Not a bad idea at all. The pressure on Lurco is mounting. Every man has a breaking point.
Lurco is certainly doomed, but what if he runs?
I took precautions. The consul of Rome cannot leave the city unnoticed.
None of my Praetorian guards have arrived. They were supposed to meet me here.
I thought they'd be with you. I haven't seen any of your companions since yesterday.
That's not good. That worries me.
Come to think of it, Cato wanted to meet us here too. But he's late.
Where is Cato?
He should be here any moment now. Don't worry. Cato is a smart man who knows how to handle a gladius.
There he is.
Your Praetorian Guard is captured in front of the Senate. We must hurry.
What? How?
It seems he has them arrested for a number of crimes.
Can he do that?
He is still dictator. He can do whatever he wants.
I fear there is nothing we can do to stop him within the bounds of the law.
What are they doing in front of the Senate?
Political theater. He has gathered a crowd and he's calling you out. You must be very careful. The lives of your friends are at stake.
Is there nothing to be done?
I'll try to gather some Praetores. This is blatantly illegal, but I guess he's finally given up all pretense.
He is desperate. Be very careful. Desperate men do stupid things.
Let us go.
I'll come with you to witness the situation.
Keep him occupied until I can bring help. Don't antagonize him.
I will come with you as well.
All right. To face Lurco. Keep him busy. Stall him for as long as we can. There's no way to him.
Traitor to the Republic! Murderer of Romans! Enemy of the people! I have had your co-conspirators arrested, and they are patiently waiting for their moment of execution. But my own patience is wearing thin. I know villains like you do not have a sense of honor or virtue. Nevertheless, I know you were at least born Roman. If you have a speck of honor left, confess and surrender.
Consul, what are you doing? You can't publicly execute people without trial. Our laws forbid such despotism.
As dictator, prescription is well within my rights. The people of Rome saw fit to grant me that power. Who are you to question the wisdom of the people?
Let them go. This is between you and me. They were just following orders.
They are people, are they not? They might have stopped serving you a long time ago, seeing how you are an enemy of the people. They are your compatriots, complicit in the same treason as you. They deserve death as much as you do.
all shall be judged in front of the Senate, and the verdict shall be announced by an appointed judex, not you.
It is wartime. You of all people should understand what that means. I am still dictator. Nobody needs to appoint me as judex. I can do whatever I want in the best interest of Rome. And right now, I judge you guilty of the crime of treason. Will you submit yourself to my punishment?
The war is over. What you are doing right now is illegal.
Indeed. I wonder who's going to stop me then. Unless your intention is to bore me to death, I would like to start executing these criminals.
This is horseshit! Those people are heroes!
They've done nothing wrong! Let them go!
You have lost your control, Lurco. Look at the faces of these people, your fellow citizens. They're afraid.
Only criminals and traitors should be afraid of me.
They're afraid of what you have turned the Republic into. That fear will turn into anger the moment anyone decides to stand up and protect the Republic.
You're a good tactician. Consider your position now. Your prisoners are the only advantage you possess. But they're only valuable while they're still alive. The legatus can wait until you turn yourself into a murderer.
Or we can simply kill you and save them all. Then you will have achieved nothing here.
You wouldn't do that. You're men of law and order.
I shall grant you your death wish if it is the only way to save my friends.
Do not let us take your vengeance away. Let us die in honor.
Believe me, I don't want to die. But I also don't want to see you dead.
Don't let him kill us like this. Whatever comes next, we will stand by your side. We will weather the storm as one.
Don't do it, my friend. If you strike him down now, you'll give him legitimate cause to kill you. We are not worth that sacrifice.
Don't you want to live and be the hero you've always struggled to be?
They say you're not a true hero until you die.
Enough! Make your decision.
Ah, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Do what you feel you must, Lurco. I will not be baited by you.
As you wish. Who shall we take first?
Get it over with. Take me first. Then at least I won't have to listen to your drivel any longer.
You must not sacrifice yourself. He loves you. Survive for his sake. Kill me if you dare. I will go gladly to the afterlife. Perhaps I will finally meet my sister there.
Don't do it! This isn't justice!
I decide what is just. Execute him.
Well, crap.
Oh, my brave friend. You deserved a more glorious death than this.
A traitor to the Republic has been brought to justice. I truly wonder what you will do now.
You're a monster.
I'm a man of my word.
You've killed Roman citizens in front of numerous witnesses. You're finished.
Witnesses? Who's going to hold me responsible? I am dictator in perpetuo.
Your final and gravest mistake was to think you could get away with anything. But to all things there is a limit. The power of a consul rests on public support. Well, look around you. Thanks to your impatience and your desperation to escape justice, you seem to have lost that support.
This is sick! It's an atrocity!
What's next?
Will you have Pompeius executed too?
Calm yourselves! People of Rome, I am you... Don't you understand? A firm hand is what the Republic needs!
Spot! Tyrant! Down with him!
Get him! Put him down from there!
Get me out of here! Just get me out!
You're on your own, Consul!
Coward!
Webius Vitellius Lurco, you're not going anywhere! Throw yourself at the mercy of the Senate!
You can't do this. You don't have the authority.
Shut your mouth for once in your life.
Don't you dare.
Now that is a style of rhetorics I can get behind.
You won. My friend, you did it.
Cost us 2 people. Cineros and Bestia. That sucked. They were 2 of my favorite characters.
I should go home now. You do look better today.
I needed the rest. Things were a bit draining.
Such things are natural. You've been tested physically and mentally. Furthermore, you've triumphed over your opponent.
What will happen to him?
He has been stripped of his title and office.
In the end, Bestia's death made a greater difference than any of the lives he's ever taken.
I never thought he would offer up his life. Cineros really changed him.
Lurco will certainly be exiled, or even executed. The Senate doesn't have a high opinion of traitors. Obviously, you will have to testify.
My conscience is clear.
I know. You paid a heavy price to keep it that way.
If you will forgive me for bringing this up, I believe this will be good for your political career.
What political career? I'm a soldier. I intend to retire.
That is for you to decide, of course. But you should know that politics is just war under a different name. As far as the Senate is concerned, you are a tragic hero who brought a corrupt consul to justice. Regardless of what happens to Lurco, Rome will need a new consul. And I can't think of a better candidate.
Cato is right. Both the Optimates and the Populares already support you. If you run for Senate, the election will result in a landslide win.
It is decided then. With your help, I shall be elected quaestor and one day consul. I will try to be a good servant to the people of Rome and make sure everyone remembers those who have given their lives for this.
I have no doubts.
The victory is bittersweet. I wonder if I could have saved my friends.
You did save them. Those who remain alive have you to thank for it. This chapter ends, and another chapter begins. Fortuna alone knows what the future holds.
So ends the abridged history of one of the most beloved consuls of the Republic of Rome. It is thanks to him and his efforts to thwart the corruption and ambition of Vitellius Lurco that Rome remains a proud republic to this day. With his allies in the Senate, he worked tirelessly to address the problems that had plagued the Republic since its birth. Though many among the people of Rome lamented what they saw as a lost opportunity to challenge the status quo, the strengthening of democracy greatly improved life throughout the provinces of Rome. In time, the savior of the Republic took his well-deserved place in history among such heroes as Cincinnatus, or Scipio Africanus. Cynaros. Once he had been an athlete, a wrestler, and a troublemaker. But in our story, he was a servus, a protector, and a mentor. He had died diligently performing the task to which he had devoted himself, protecting his ward. Cynaros was given a tomb in Rome's finest cemetery, next to his old dominus, whose death had incited this story. His cowardly murder had robbed him of any opportunity to see his homeland again. Though he met his end with dignity, he was forever denied the forgiveness and the vindication that he had sought for the mistakes of his youth. Though he was tempted to join the Legion again every time a new crisis arose to threaten his beloved Republic, Caeso's friends convinced him to remain in Rome. He became a lictor, and served as the leader of his former legatus protection detail. Although their adventuring days were over, they enjoyed plenty of old-fashioned debauchery together. Callida's second marriage turned out considerably better than her first. With her beloved husband committed to letting her live her best life, she was happy to settle down by his side, supporting him in his endeavors as he supported her. Callida was happy to find that it was possible to be a wife and a mother without giving up the things she loved. She taught their children archery and horseback riding, and nobody ever again looked down on her for her unwomanly pursuits. Had Bestia given up hope of finding his sister again? With his death at Lurco's hands, at least, any remaining hope died with him. It might seem senseless that a man who had fought his whole life would die without a struggle, but there is a kind of poetry in it. Bestia had finally learned that it is better to die for something you value than to live for nothing at all. Once everything had settled down, Deianira returned to her homelands in Scherthia, where she reconnected with her family. She brought some of them with her back to Rome, where they settled into a life of luxury. Though they would never feel quite at home in the city, they found that it was much easier to be outsiders together than alone. Deianira always remained loyal to her friends. Vitellius Scaevola left Roman politics and moved to Upper Latium with his wife Liviana, where they raised their children together in peace. Cato remained an important figure in Roman politics, grudgingly respected even by those among the population who desired change. He remained a defender of the patrician class, a shield against the pandering and opportunism of more populist voices. He himself was elected consul twice throughout his life, and his years in the position were generally favorably regarded. Cicero served one more year as consul before his retirement. In his old days, he lived a quiet life on a farm in Sicily, where he was greatly beloved by the people for his time as quaestor. He continued to write many books on politics and law. Defeated once more by Rome, Mithridates escaped to the lands north of the Black Sea in the hope that he could raise a new army. But the locals soon rebelled against his rule. Incapable of taking his own life by poison, in the end, Mithridates died by the sword of his bodyguard. With Zenobia in charge of Musia, it became once more a peaceful part of the Roman province of Asia Minor. With her focus on trade and strong ties to the neighboring regions, her people enjoyed a period of great prosperity. Without the leadership of Damianos, the rebellion of his gladiators soon spiraled out of control, beginning what became known as the Servile War. Escaped slaves terrorized the Roman citizens throughout Thracia until the wealthy senator Crassus brutally defeated them and crucified thousands along the road towards Rome. Lunia's death sent Nazarmanes spiraling into a fractious conflict as greedy elders from minor tribes attempted to fill the void her passing had left behind. Though Queen Cleopatra attempted to bring the region under control, her attentions were too divided, the conflict too great for her to manage. Rome was forced to send more legions to enforce peace and stability with an iron fist. Though Africa Proconsularis eventually saw peace again, the traditions and culture of the Berber population were lost forever. Queen Cleopatra Philopator was, from the day of her coronation, a greatly beloved Queen of Egypt. Revered and admired by the population, she spent many of her days traveling up and down the Nile to visit her subjects and address their troubles and concerns. Under her rule, Egypt remained a powerful and prosperous nation and a strong ally of Rome. The fruits of the Nile flowed freely to the people of the Republic. After traveling all across Africa for many years, going wherever her instincts took her, Raya eventually returned to Memphis and to the service of Tener at the Temple of Ubasti. When her mentor passed away, Raya naturally assumed the mantle as High Priestess of the Cat Goddess. Though the old faith was dwindling, she was greatly beloved by many, and her temple prospered, always home to many, many, many cats.
Like all the cats.
With Diwitiacus once more assuming rulership of the Aedui, the tribe maintained a strong alliance with Rome, and through it, they greatly prospered. With the aid of the Aedui, Gallia slowly unified under Roman rule, and civilization soon began to creep into those lands in the form of paved roads, aqueducts, and fortified Roman towns. In his old age, did the Druid ever regret hastening the absorption and suppression of his own faith and culture? We will never know. The once proud and strong Arwerni were greatly reduced by the defeat of Vercingetorix, but his survival gave them hope. His will to make war upon Rome had been crushed, but he remained a strong figure of leadership among his people, even despite his failures. With his guidance, the tribes of Gallia remained unified and somewhat at peace, and vestiges of their culture and traditions survived their gradual subjugation under Rome. In this work, I have done my best to recount the history of this fascinating period, truthfully and accurately. As I have scoured the sources and spoken to many who claimed to have heard the story from someone who was there at the time, one thing that has stood out to me is the pivotal moments along the way where our story could have turned out very differently. In his darkest moods, the savior of Rome must have wondered if there was anything he could have done differently to save his friends. Perhaps if he had struck down Vitellius Lurco on that stage, or if he had gone so far as to bring his legion across the Rubicon, none of his companions would have had to die. But for those of us left to live in a peaceful and strong republic, what transpired seems like the best possible outcome. Our republic was saved, and the villain, Vitellius Lurco, was brought to justice. One should always take care when second-guessing historical figures with the benefit of hindsight. Here in the present, there will never truly be a way for you to know how you might have acted if you had lived in the past. Nor can you ever be certain how history will remember you.
All right. That was it. We did it. We got through the end. We got Lurco. Sadly, we lost Cineros and Bestia, two of my favorite companions. And with that, things turned out fairly well. I mean, a couple of the lesser tribes just kind of didn't turn out too good for them, but someone's got to lose, I guess. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this series. I do appreciate it. If there's anything you are interested in watching me play, let me know in the comments below, and I will see if I can do that for you. Until then, thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, and comment. I have been Sir Joseph. You guys are awesome as always. Until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.